Welcome to Night Stories, where the dark corners of the world reveal secrets long buried and mysteries yet unsolved. I'm your host, and tonight, we delve into a case that has left a nation bewildered for over 3 decades. It's a story filled with intrigue, suspense, and questions that refuse to be answered. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and join me as we explore the haunting disappearance of Suzy Lamplugh. Case that remains one of the most baffling mysteries in British history. In the bustling city of London, where life moves quickly and routine is often taken for granted, the summer of 1986 brought with it a chilling reminder that danger can lurk in the most unexpected places. Suzy Lamplugh, a 25-year-old real estate agent with a bright future ahead of her, vanished without a trace on a seemingly ordinary day. She had left her office in Fulham to meet a client, someone who identified himself as Mr. Kipper. That meeting, at 37 Shorrolls Road, was supposed to be just another part of her day. But it marked the last time anyone saw Suzy alive. Her disappearance sparked one of the most extensive investigations in UK history, drawing in police, the media, and the public, all desperate to uncover what had happened to the young woman who had simply vanished. On July 28, 1986, Suzy Lamplugh's day began like any other. Dressed in her professional attire, she left her office at Sturgis Estate Agents in Fulham for an appointment at 12:45 p.m. The client was a man named Mr. Kipper, a name that would soon be etched into the annals of unsolved crime. The appointment was for a property viewing at 37 Shorrolls Road, just a short drive from her office. Witnesses would later report seeing Suzy waiting outside the property, her demeanor calm and professional, between 12:45 and 1:00 p.m. But soon after, a second sighting added an ominous twist to the story. Suzy was seen leaving the property with a man. A man described as a well-groomed, white male, dressed in a dark charcoal suit. He appeared to be of a public schoolboy type, with an air of confidence and familiarity. This brief encounter was the last confirmed sighting of Suzy Lamplugh. Later that afternoon, Suzy's white Ford Fiesta was discovered in a concerning state, parked outside a garage on Stevenage Road, about a mile from the property she had been showing. The car was poorly parked, with the driver's door left open, the handbrake disengaged, and the key missing. Inside the vehicle, investigators found Suzy's purse, but her house keys and the keys to the property were nowhere to be found. Witnesses reported seeing Suzy driving erratically earlier that day, engaged in what appeared to be a heated argument with a man inside the car. These disjointed details painted a picture of a day that started with routine but ended in chaos. As news of Suzy's disappearance spread, the investigation quickly ramped up. The Metropolitan Police launched a massive search operation, scouring the streets of Fulham and beyond, interviewing hundreds of potential witnesses, and following up on countless leads. The media soon picked up the story, and the public became invested in finding out what had happened to the young woman whose face now appeared on the front pages of newspapers across the country. One of the first leads in the case was the identikit picture created from the description of the man seen with Suzy at Shorrolls Road. This image became central to the investigation. But despite widespread distribution and numerous tips, the mysterious Mr. Kipper remained elusive. Was he a real person or a false identity created to lure Suzy into a trap? The question haunted investigators as they delved deeper into her life, searching for any clues that might explain why she had been targeted. The investigation also turned to Suzy's personal life. Was there someone close to her who might have had a motive? Was it a random act of violence or something more sinister? Every aspect of her life was scrutinized, but nothing seemed to point to a clear reason for her disappearance. But let us stop for a moment. It seems that the matter is complicated, and to help us solve it, do not forget to click like and share the story with your friends. Let's continue. 3 years after Suzy's disappearance, the investigation took a darker turn with the introduction of John Cannan, a convicted murderer and rapist. Cannan was already behind bars for the brutal murder of Shirley Banks, a newlywed who had been abducted in Bristol in 1987, just a year after Suzy's disappearance. His modus operandi, luring women into situations where they felt safe, only to strike when they were most vulnerable, matched the circumstances surrounding Suzy's case. Cannan's name surfaced in the investigation after a former girlfriend of his came forward, claiming he had ominously hinted at being involved in Suzy's disappearance. Investigators also discovered that Cannan had used the alias Kipper during his time in prison, a chilling connection to the name given by the man Suzy was supposed to meet. Despite these connections, the evidence was circumstantial at best. There was no direct proof linking Cannan to the crime, and he consistently denied any involvement in Suzy's disappearance. In 2000, police made a significant move by arresting Cannan on suspicion of involvement in Suzy's case. However, after extensive questioning, he was released without charge. The following year, the police publicly named Cannan as the prime suspect, a move that underscored their belief in his guilt, but also highlighted the frustrating lack of concrete evidence. Cannan's refusal to cooperate further stymied efforts to close the case. While Cannan remained the most prominent suspect, he was not the only one. The case of Suzy Lamplugh has attracted numerous theories over the years, each with its own set of suspects and possible explanations. One theory suggested the involvement of Michael Sams, a convicted kidnapper known for his audacious crimes against other women. Sams had kidnapped another estate agent, Stephanie Slater, in 1992. And there were striking similarities between the two cases. However, like many leads in Suzy's case, this theory ultimately led nowhere. There was also speculation about a possible connection to organized crime, given the fact that real estate agents often deal with large sums of money and high-value properties. Could Suzy have stumbled upon something she wasn't supposed to see? Was her disappearance a result of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? These questions, though compelling, lacked the evidence needed to move the investigation forward. Despite the decades that have passed since Suzy vanished, the search for answers has never ceased. In 2018, police conducted a search at the former home of John Cannan's mother in Sutton Coldfield, West Midlands. This search was based on new information that suggested Suzy's remains might have been buried there. The search, which involved ground-penetrating radar and other advanced techniques, ultimately found nothing, leaving investigators back at square one. In 2019, another lead emerged when a tip-off led police to Pershore, Worcestershire. This time, the search was aided by archaeologists, who carefully examined the area for any signs of a burial. Again, the results were disappointing. No evidence was found, and Suzy's fate remained a mystery. One of the most intriguing developments came in 2020, when a lorry driver reported seeing a man resembling John Cannan throwing a large suitcase into the Grand Union Canal on the day of Suzy's disappearance. The sighting sparked renewed interest, as it aligned with previous reports of suspicious activity in the area. However, despite a thorough search of the canal, no further evidence was uncovered. While the case itself remains unsolved, Suzy Lamplugh's disappearance has had a lasting impact on the UK and beyond. In the aftermath of her disappearance, her parents, Paul and Diana Lamplugh, established the Suzy Lamplugh Trust. The organization has since become a leading advocate for personal safety, offering training, education, and support to those affected by violence and aggression. The Trust's work was instrumental in the passage of the Protection from Harassment Act, a law designed to protect individuals from stalking and harassment. The Lamplugh family's dedication to improving personal safety has been widely recognized. Both Paul and Diana were appointed Order of the British Empire, OBE, for their contributions to public safety. Their efforts have saved countless lives, turning their personal tragedy into a force for good. The story of Suzy Lamplugh continues to captivate the public's imagination, as seen in numerous television documentaries that have revisited the case over the years. These programs, such as The Vanishing of Suzy Lamplugh and The Suzy Lamplugh Mystery, have kept the case in the public eye, sparking new discussions and theories about what really happened on that fateful day in 1986. As we conclude tonight's tale, the disappearance of Suzy Lamplugh remains an open wound in the annals of British crime history. Despite the tireless efforts of law enforcement, the public, and her family, the truth about what happened to Suzy has remained frustratingly out of reach. Yet, the determination to find answers has not diminished over time. The case serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance, personal safety, and the relentless pursuit of justice. While the mystery may never be fully solved, the impact of Suzy's story lives on through the ongoing work. Here ends today's story. Don't forget to press the like and subscribe to the channel to find everything mysterious and exciting. See you soon.